The ANC says the failure to get the economy working for all South Africans could undermine the credibility of the democratic order. The party's NEC members deployed to government and alliance partners have been meeting at the NEC Lekgotla in Boksburg on the East Rand. They are discussing government's program for the next year. ANC spokesperson Zuko says an economy that is not inclusive could lead to further voter apathy and cause people to lose interest in South Africa's democratic project.
All right, to stay with this particular story, and we speak to Dr. Levy Ndou, who is a political analyst. And of course, we are expecting that the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will be closing this particular NEC Lekgotla this evening. And of course, there's a lot that has been said about, this particular moment where the party is finding itself. I mean, you think about the reflections that it is currently making around, the elections and its performance at the polls. A lot of concern around that, but also the party taking stock, the party looking at itself and really looking at some of the moments where it has gone wrong when it comes to the elections, and how then they plan to strengthen what they call their machinery in some provinces, like for example KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, where they did not perform as they expected, in fact losing a lot of their votes in KwaZulu-Natal to the MK party. So they are looking at a province like KwaZulu-Natal to strengthen its machinery there, so that they're able to perform better, hopefully, as they say, in the local government elections that are upcoming in 2026. So there's quite a lot to talk about, especially at this moment where the ANC is finding itself. And Dr. Ndou is now standing by for us to just really unpack this further. Dr. Ndou, thank you so much for your time this evening. Lots of reflections have come from this moment within the ANC. We've heard through briefing after briefing and briefing on how they are going to be tackling different matters. Let's just start firstly with how you react to their reflections around their performance at the polls.
Longiwe, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the viewers at home. My view is that the ANC has to look at two main issues. The first issue, in my view, that the ANC has to look at is to look at the ANC as an organization, the ANC that has been in the forefront of the people's struggles. The ANC, in my view, has to look at the state of its branches and look at the different structures that they have and how they connect with ordinary citizens on the ground. The ANC should make a reflection on what is it that has made the ANC to lose votes, what has made the ANC to become unpopular today. And at the same time, they need to look at the kind of leaders that are leading the ANC in the branches, regions, provinces, and at national level. At the same time, the ANC has to make a reflection on how its cadres have been performing in government. What are the specific areas that the ANC has to deal with and improve? Yeah. And of course, if you look at the general elections previously and other elections, most people would complain about the basics, and the basics happens at local government level. And one would assume that it appears as if the ANC and its cadres have neglected the local government sphere, and that is where you easily reconnect with ordinary people and they see your relevance and care at that level.
So when it comes into what you just said, especially when we're looking at the branches of the ANC, you think about, I'll take a province like KwaZulu-Natal, for example. If you then have, during the elections, the turnout that we saw in some of, what would have been in the past, their strongholds. What does it tell us about the quality of the cadre that is in an ANC branch today? And if we can even still speak of branches that are strong, because this is a party that often says that amandla asemasebeni. And if they talk about that, do they still even have that strength in these particular branches?
The biggest question we need to ask the ANC is, are they indeed happy with the state of their branches? And what is it that has created a disconnect between the leadership of the ANC and ordinary citizens? One would also look at KwaZulu-Natal again as an example that we're providing. Most conferences of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal are highly contested because of the state of the branches that were there at the time. And one would also have to ask the question on the current leaders of the ANC, that what is it that they've learned from those who have led the party in the past. One of the challenges that we posed on numerous occasions were that if you get a province that is intact, your role is to ensure that that province has to continue being intact and perform even better than before. And unfortunately, that has not been the case with the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal and also in Gauteng.
Yeah.
And even though the dynamics will differ between Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, you need the leadership of organizations that is versatile, that is able to maneuver during difficult times.
But briefly then, is this an ANC that is setting itself goals right now at its NEC Lekgotla going to be able to have the much needed backing of the government of national unity partners in order to be able to realize some of the goals they're setting themselves?
The ANC, fortunately, understands why they are in this situation. The ANC has, on numerous occasions, neglected local government. The ANC has not been able to deal with some basics that are related to service delivery. The ANC has got a number of municipalities that have not been performing well, and the intervention of the ANC has been seen to be quite very, very minimal. The ANC has issues that relate to simple organizational discipline, which the ANC has been seen to be very lenient on ill discipline. And those and many other factors are the issues that the ANC, when they need to look at the strong branches and ensuring that they reconnect to the people, are supposed to deal with. And the ANC that is lenient on corruption and wrongdoing is the ANC that is going to be alienated from the ordinary citizens.